now we're going to talk about spending categories, and we're going to go a little bit around the register and show you the way around in the register. So remember earlier in the video before this, we talked about reserve categories, and those were the envelopes we put all of our money into for the annual bills, and we wanted to make sure we have all the money. So this is kind of the envelope area. Well, the spending categories is kind of more of a record-keeping area. It does keep track of the expenditures, but it kind of tells you on a monthly basis where you're at with your different expenses. So let's go down to spending categories just for fun. We'll click on that, and you'll see these are what they are. These are spending categories. For instance, groceries. So $1,750 budget. That's what we put in there for that. And once we get those things set up, we're good. We have those in the system, and that's how we're going to play. That's how we're going to work with them. And then we can also adjust these things later on in the big picture report afterwards. But that being said, we have that information. I want to show you a little bit about the register. But before that, I think what I do want to show you is how we're going to add a spending category. We're going to add spending category right here. We're going to give it a name. We're going to give it a dollar amount. And we're going to put in here if we want to hide it from the dashboard. We might have some temporary things we want to keep track of, but they not necessarily need to be on our dashboard of our monthly expenses to show how we are doing globally. Now our advanced settings, this is when we're going to get our warnings. Here's where we're at on our expenses, and those will be emailed to you as well. And then we can also click on which accounts we want this to show on. This is just a main checking account category. That's where we want it to show up on. Then we can click Save if we want to save it. Now, one more thing. Let's go and talk about the register just a smidge. Go into the money area. We're going to go to register. I'm going to show you how you're going to add an expense just for fun. We have one in there already for Joe's Bar. We've got it kind of miscategorized under groceries. But we're going to add another in real quick and see how it plays out. Click Add. And it's an expense. I could do a cash deposit. I put a deposit in here. Cash deposit doesn't necessarily mean it's a cash deposit, but it's a deposit. We can put the dates in if we want to. Now we can put in Jane Smith babysitting. And we are going to give it a category of things we don't have an actual babysitting category. We'll put in the miscellaneous household category just for the heck of it. We're going to put in here, it's going to be an expense of $450 every month. And we have it locked this month. This is if you're doing it at the end of the month, you want to make sure that the register download from your CSV doesn't add it in again. But I'm going to click Save right now, and you're going to see that it is on the register. Let's go through a few things really quick. I want to show this is the Add button where you would add expense. This is the Import button where you would import a CSV file from your bank. This is Reconcile. This is where you're going to reconcile your checking account or whatever account you're working with. This is your import log to tell you how you did in the past. Scan receipt, we can take a picture of a receipt and we can keep it in file. It will take that receipt, it will enter into the system by the date, the dollar amount, and the vendor. Here's a cleanup. It looks for duplicates and things like that. Clear range, this is if you want to clear a whole range of data out. If, say, you're going to redo an account and put all new data in from a fresh CSV report. That's where you would do that, and you can pick a range. Rules are vendor rules. When they assign vendors, these are the rules they're going to assign the categories to those vendors. Print, of course, you know what that is, and then email, of course. And links is where you would have a link, say, to your bank account. You click on that, it'd bring up a link. You could click on that, take you to your bank account where you can download your CSV. Now, I hope that helps a little bit. I hope that's a little bit clearer on the spending categories and also the register.